here we are with another Woods report.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to talk about, I just always say briefly, I briefly want to talk about,
we'll see.
I couldn't be in the world of comedy and not talk about this story.
That's true.
I was going to talk about this story the first day it came out, but I wanted to wait because somehow I knew they was going to go back and forth with each other. D.L. Hughley and Monique.
Yes.
I knew they was gonna go back and forth with each other.
Right. Well,
so that's why
with Monique for sure.
So that's why I wanted to wait. I said, let me wait and get the whole story.
And see who's coming. It's like a tennis game.
It's like a tennis match.
Like watch the ball. Okay.
So I titled this D.L. Hughley versus Monique, a sad day in comedy or something like that. A sad time in comedy or something.
This is funny. This is not funny.
Oh, this is not a funny story or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Ricky Smiley had one
funny?
Said, there's nothing to laugh about or something. I don't
like
know.
that.
Whatever. You can see the title at the top. Ricky Smiley said sad day in comedy. So I was kind of going along what he was saying.
Right.
When you have two comedians that you like and they going at it with each other.
You don't want any comedians.
Right.
But as a comedian, they probably gonna think.
But two pros.
Yeah.
If it was some old bozo that don't nobody know, then you'd be like, man, get off the stage. But these are people that's been in the game for 30, years or whatever.
There have been, I think we probably can Google, there have been probably some fallouts with some.
Oh, it's been a lot. Cat Williams with everybody. Mike Epps, he be talking about people. So it's a lot of comedians that.
Even your favorite.
And then your Richard Pryor.
Oh, yeah.
Tell Bill I should have a coconut smile and set the
They had a falling out with Bill Cosby.
Well, Eddie Murphy went to him and
And then it's so funny because Bill was trying to be like encouraging him to change his.
No, he wasn't encouraging him. He was saying you cuss too much.
Well, yeah,
he wasn't encouraging him.
I thought he was.
No, he doesn't encourage people. That's why I get in trouble.
Anyway,
I digress. So this is about Monique and D.L.
How dare Bill Cosby do that?
So this is Monique and D.L. So this is how it started. For those who don't know the story, most people know the story, but for those who don't know, who haven't been watching, D.L. Hughley and Monique are at each other. They had a show in Detroit. Okay.
Did they do the show?
Yes, they both did the show. Okay. They both did the show.
So they did.
So apparently, let me break this down again. As we get better with more professional, I like to bring the stuff up so people can see, like what the person said, and then I'll show you a clip.
Help you do that.
I'll show a clip of what he said and what. So you're not just listening to me the whole time. You're going what they said. Show their Instagram screenshot, stuff like that.
And you would have to do the version where she not, is blurping out her cuss.
But for those of you who are watching
the
Woods Report now in 2022, we're not as professional.
Okay.
You starting off with us. This is Kim telling.
Not small beginnings.
This is Kim telling what happened. So they were supposed to do a show in Detroit, and apparently, Monique was thinking she was supposed to be the headliner.
Her contract.
And D.L. Hughley was saying he was supposed to be the headliner. Okay. So nobody wanted to go first. Okay?
Because headliners,
they finished the show.
Yeah.
Right. An opening act is usually the person that is not as known or as professional or whatever.
Some opening acts are just as good.
Actually, some opening acts are better than the headliner. Yes. Okay?
We all can think of some concerts that we've been to where that opening act was like.
But Ricky Smiley was saying, because he's been in the business for a long time, there's sometimes where there's co-headliners. Okay, like if you got a ring of people that's all equally about the same, bringing that crowd in.
Is it like
your co-headliner
kind of thing?
And then you work out who goes first. Maybe in this city, I go first. He mentioned about him going on with Bruce.
Right.
Both co-headliners.
Yeah.
But in California, Bruce came to him and said, hey, or his people, whatever.
Right.
He liked to go first because this is his hometown. And Ricky was like, that's fine. I don't care.
And Ricky doesn't mind.
Right. And then he also said there's sometimes where he likes to go first because he does church jokes.
He said, I can't do no church joke about your grandmother at church. And then after
following somebody talking about
profanity,
P and D all night, and having sex and on and on
and I come
in about, hey, so what about the deacons in church?
When's the last time you've been to church?
Right.
It won't be received.
Right. So he said, even though there's sometimes where I'm the more famous person, I like to go first because I look at the material of the other people.
Yes.
So it's all an ego thing to me. And he said, as long as my money right, that's all I care about.
You get that check that was promised to you, your contract is not.
That's how I feel. And I'm also the type of person, I feel like I'm funny enough. You shouldn't want to follow me. That's how I feel.
Well,
I feel like
if you are a arrogant comedian, that don't matter who you following, because you know you good.
I'm good.
I'm following Eddie Murphy. I'm just as good.
If anything, he shouldn't want to follow me. That's how I would feel.
Okay.
Even though I'm in Dave's land, if I'm thinking like that. Dave Chappelle shouldn't want to follow me. Everybody will laugh. Actually, everybody will will wait. I would want to be headlining because if Dave Chappelle went first, it'd be 2 people left in the audience by the time I came on stage.
Because they all get up.
Everybody be like in church when it go too long.
Right.
Everybody be go, Dave Chappelle done, time to go. And I be coming out with my little microphone. What about me? And y'all to be the only one sitting in the audience, my family. That's it. So if anything, I can see that's why
that's good.
I would want to go first.
That's good too. And if you think about the headliner thing, you do as a new person coming out.
Yeah.
You're happy to
I want to be on
because
they're there to see Dave Chappelle. They ain't there to see me. So that's what this was going back and forth. It was ego. She's thinking she's bigger than him. Ooh. And he's thinking he's bigger than her.
Okay.
So why would I want to go last? These people really coming to see me.
A lot of it was the contract.
I mean, first
had a lot to do possibly with the contract.
So
people have been giving their opinion about.
So that night, hold on,
production.
we still on that night.
Okay.
So that night, apparently Monique said D.L. Hughley threw a hissy fit. She called him a B.A. nigga. And said that he threw a hissy fit backstage and said he wasn't going to do the show if he had to go first. So she said she didn't want everybody to feel like they came out there and didn't get their money or money's worth, the crowd. So she went ahead and went out.
Oh, okay.
Now when she went out,
that's actually what happened.
She went out first. So when she went out, she ripped him a new
that was the night. When we're looking at the excerpts from that concert,
that's her going out first
before him.
Yes.
Oh, that's when he was saying as far as throwing the fire.
Yeah, hold on.
So matching that in the fire,
right?
Watching the fire
she
burn the stage down.
She literally went on stage and burned the stage down.
Thank you for clarifying.
So the people
dogged him out in her act.
So she called him. She said everybody want to know what DL stand for. Insinuated something.
The download.
She talked about him being a coward, a punk,
and the dog that he has. He has a service dog.
Wait a minute. She talked about him, his wife. She don't know how his wife can have oral sex with a B Negro.
She just dogged him.
She called him She said
and was mad at him because she felt like he was downing black women too.
Well, she threw that in. She talked about him having a service dog and why he got a service dog. Maybe for some,
Is that a comedian
some
thing?
reason.
Do you think that that's a comedian thing? Because if a person that's normally funny, if they're bitter, angry, upset, they are making that lighthearted. They are making that funny.
That's what I'm getting ready to say about Monique.
Like her ugly face. I know she didn't come to me and say I was ugly because she's truly ugly. They make it a joke.
Although Monique came out and did a rant, she really did a rant.
She was funny.
Monique has a way of making stuff, and some people probably think it was funny because she was cussing and stuff. But you don't go.
Well, that's her concert anyway. So her audience was already used to that.
Monique has a way of being angry, and you still laugh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a comedian.
A lot of people. No, because I can't do that. No. I can diss you. I can roast you. I can crack on you and be funny. Yeah. But if I'm angry, everybody in the room gonna know I'm angry, and y'all won't laugh.
But you'll still be funny.
Now, when have you ever seen me funny and I'm mad? I'm angry.
I don't think you.
Don't y'all go? Ooh, she angry. I'm not funny when I'm angry.
But you still are funny in a sense where your anger, you still cracking on them. You still throwing shade.
But you're not laughing. No, you're not. When have you ever laughed when
I
when I've been angry. Right. Think about it. Angry. Not just say,
I have to remember, I have to think of an incident.
I don't think
let me
so.
think about that.
I don't think so.
I don't think when you're angry, I don't think I've seen you angry like that in person with the stage or with us. You know what I'm saying? Because you're angry for a specific thing.
Right.
You're not angry at somebody doing something to you, and now you're telling us about it.
Oh, that's true.
So let's think about that later.
Okay. So Monique does that.
Okay.
Monique will get in an argument with somebody and go on stage and talk about it.
Right.
And she'll be angry. She'll still be angry
but
at
she'll
him.
Be funny.
But she'll be funny.
Okay.
Okay. So I thought she was funny, but I thought it was over the top.
Yeah.
And I thought that I felt like that should have been something that they should have had. I would much rather have had her come out on stage and do a rant about the conversation she had with him backstage.
Oh, okay.
And you notice they never talked. See, I'd rather roast you if I'm talking to you backstage and then you say something stupid and I'm going to tell you, I'm going on stage and I'm going to tell everybody what you just said because you a stupid, dumb Negro. Okay. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? I don't want people to know how dumb you are. That's what I would have done.
And how immature you're acting.
Never, and we come to find out later she never talked to him.
Oh.
See, I don't like that. Okay. Don't come out on stage and say he was throwing a hissy fit and he was doing this and he was doing this if you never spoke to him.
Okay.
Go in his dressing room.
Okay.
Knock on his door.
And see how he
if he don't want to answer the door, then I talk about that. Oh, I knocked on his door. He didn't even want to answer, y'all. Yeah. Now that's a coward.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
But don't call me a coward and this and that and this and that. And you never even tried to talk to me.
Okay.
So that's what I think Ricky Smiley and them are kind of like, y'all could have handled that backstage.
Yes.
All of that. Because it was the promoter, if you ask me.
That's what Lunell, what's her name? The comedian.
Said it was the promoter.
She's saying we don't know if that contract incident issue as far as who was going to go as headliners. A lot of times in the background, it could be the producers. It could be those promoters.
Yes.
Pulling one name above the other.
Yes.
And then causing the friction between those two.
He came out after her because he had to come out after her.
How did he do?
He came out and he started up. DL, he's funny.
Okay.
He said, okay, all right.
Kind of like how Chris Rock did.
Yeah,
after that slap.
All righty then.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
So he kind of said what he said on his page. First it was Steve, then it was Oprah, and he said, I guess now tonight is my night.
Yes.
And then he said, he made a comment.
And she does have a poop list.
Yes. He made a comment about how y'all paid y'all money. Nobody wanted to come here and hear Monique rant for 20 minutes about a contract. I'm sure he said, and then he talked about how there was the shooting at the school and the people who got killed in Buffalo. And he said, and she felt like this her night to talk about her.
Okay.
So you know D.L. Hughley. And the audience was laughing too. He was funny too. Because he made it funny.
Okay.
Imagine following that though. So he had to clean that up.
Yeah.
So
that's a tough act to follow.
So then
she made him probably wish that he wasn't that headliner.
Yeah.
That's what she was trying to do.
That's what, we're going to get to that, yeah. So then, or thought he wasn't going to come out.
Exactly.
And he did.
Well, she really embarrassed me. I ain't coming out.
Yeah. And he said a coward wouldn't come out after that. But I did. So am I still a coward? But anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, so then she went on her live or her Instagram or whatever. And she wrote about having a contract. And she said, if you got a contract deal that shows that you're supposed to be the headliner, let's see the contract. Let's see the contract deal. Because I got a contract that says I'm supposed to be the headliner.
Right.
So then he replies back and says, he shows his, it's like not a contract, but a performance agreement type of thing. Now, anybody in the industry knows that's not a contract, but it's a performance agreement. It's like, I'll come do your show if you do this, and we'll give you this. Okay. No. So he has that. He has a performance agreement saying this is the stuff that I want for me to do this performance. I have to be the headliner.
Okay.
And I also have to say the order of who goes on because there was other comedians that night too.
Okay.
So
that was not more than two?
Yeah, it was a bunch of them. So but the headliner can say in his thing, this is who I want to go first, second, third, whatever.
Okay.
As long as I'm last, I'm good. Okay. So he showed that and said, this is the perform. And then he also said, that if you look at the ticket, my name is larger and it's number 1 on the ticket. If you look at the posters, my picture is larger. So Monique's picture is smaller. I'm the headliner.
So she's thinking that he did all of that?
That's what I'm trying to say. That happen? I think it's the promoter. But listen to this. But rather than her, see, that's what I'm saying.
How she handled it.
She should have went to his dressing room and he would have told her all of that before she went out on stage. He would have said, Monique, look at the ticket, look at the flyer. My picture bigger than yours.
Because he said that his wife.
Yeah.
His name being DL and what the meaning
is. Wait a minute. So let's go to that.
That has nothing to do with the whole contract.
So then she replied and showed her contract that shows she's the headliner. Okay? And she said, my contract is signed. That performance agreement that he showed y'all, he was trying to just try to make y'all think he had a contract. That's not a contract. That's a performance agreement. I have a signed contract saying I'm the headliner. In my opinion, right there, it should have been done. She should have said, my issue is with the promoter.
Yes.
Why do I have a signed contract saying I'm the headliner and he got a performance agreement saying he's the headliner?
But why would he have anything to do with that? It's the people that are promoting
Thank you. And he's probably assuming if I have a performance agreement, I'm the headliner. You know, or if it's on the ticket, if it's on the poster. Now we have a marketing company, you and I, Woods Creation for You, marketing. If you put somebody's picture bigger on the flyer, they're the headliner.
They're pretty much the headliner.
Can I ask you a question? With all the people,
and the levels could also go smaller and smaller until you get to where you just have your name,
just the name,
and no photo.
Same with sponsors. If you're a big sponsor, you get higher.
Your logo would be bigger.
Your logo, maybe somebody's name is mentioned, so you maybe he gave $100
more money.
You know, this guy, his logo's there.
Sponsored by.
Yeah.
Boom boom.
Okay, so
that's common sense.
I asked you a question as somebody who has a marketing company, or not even that. If you was working with somebody like Monique, or if you was her manager, who was her husband, right?
Which is messy right there.
Wouldn't you put in her contract, I don't want to see a ticket go out or a flyer until I see it?
Right.
What if you find a picture of me I don't like and you put it on the front? I don't want no promo, any promo with my image and my name.
Right.
I gotta say yes to.
Yeah, you have to. That's your what's the word I'm thinking of?
Your image.
Yeah. Well, I can't think of
your identity. Keep talking.
Oh, whatever. Come to me.
So my thing is, she's been in the business for 30 years. Why would she not okay any ticket or any flyer or any poster that goes out? She would have saw it in.
Right.
Why do I have a flyer or a poster with DL's picture all big and mine all small in the corner?
Nobody's talking about the promotion, the team, the group that's producing this. They're the ones that's been messy with this. Because they're the ones that created the flyer, created the look, created the theme, and even talked about who's headlining, whose photo is big, whose photo is smaller. So I don't know why an average contract, when you're going on stage, that should be already laid out.
Exactly. So I don't think she's wrong in what she's saying, because I do feel like if I signed a contract where I'm the headliner, why are you telling me to go out on stage first? I'm the headliner. I agree totally with her on that. If what she's saying is true, I agree with her.
But you know what, though?
I don't agree with her going out on stage and doing what she did.
Let's just say, for sake of argument, from what you're saying, she wasn't the headliner, even though she thought she was.
Yes.
And she did go ahead and went out first. Now, had he not behaved the way he did.
But how does she know? She didn't talk to him.
No, I don't know.
That's
what you're
the
saying.
problem.
Oh, you're saying that she, regardless of how he behaved or didn't behave, she was going to go out there and rant and rave.
Exactly.
That was her plan.
That's the problem I have with Monique.
She was already messy.
Yes.
The contract was messy. And if he didn't say anything,
she still was going to rant and rave. But you wouldn't have did. Would you have done that to him? No, I would have did that to the promoters, not him.
You found something else.
Okay, so then he comes back and says, "This almost made me feel like he's done with it." He comes, and you got to remember, don't argue, Monique. This is the other thing with Monique, and I like Monique. That's the problem with this. She argues with people who have the platform to say what they want to say, and she don't have that same platform.
Remember,
DL has a show, so he's gonna go on his show and talk about this.
Remember where it mostly began?
Oh my
God! The Academy Award.
Yes,
when she was nominated. The Academy wanted her to promote the movie Precious.
Yeah,
they wanted her to do certain things to get that movie going and get it exciting. She was blackballed because of the messiness. She's mentioning people like Oprah Winfrey,
right?
Tyler Perry. She's burning bridges, with all these people. They're afraid to work with her now.
Here's the thing: she could be absolutely correct.
Yes,
I could meet Oprah tomorrow,
yes,
and be like, "Oh my gosh,
Monique was right.
Oprah was mean, and she wasn't nice."
Or Tyler Perry is this.
Or I thought Tyler was nice, and Tyler is not nice.
And Steve Harvey, all these great names. She could be right.
But why would I go on and TV or on a show
messy with them
and say that when nobody's going to listen to you?
Because
none of these people come off the way you're saying. You're the person that's yelling, and everybody is saying, "Get out of the way and sit down and move out the way."
Angry woman,
and you could be
angry.
You could be totally right, and it's the way you say it.
The way she says.
You can say, I could come on. Let's say I meet Oprah tomorrow. I mean the other day, and I come on right now and I say, "Hey guys, I met Oprah. You know, I was hoping Oprah was going to be really nice and sweet, because she comes off like that, real nice. Maybe she was tired. Maybe her feet was hurting or something. But then you guys will walk away going, she wasn't nice when she met Kim, without me saying she was horrible.
Oh, I don't know what people think about her. She's just not a nice person.
I can say everything around there and get my point across, and you'll get my point without me saying she was an a-hole.
The delivery.
It's the delivery.
Yeah, and then now it's consider the source.
And I have a problem with her husband.
Is now saying consider the source. Now she's messy now.
I have a problem with her husband.
It's like the boy that cried wolf.
Yes, I have a problem with her husband, because her husband, in my opinion, he doesn't balance her. It's almost like he eggs it on.
Yeah, he's
not the person to be like, okay, let's dial this back.
Yeah,
let's do this a little bit.
Let's talk about
Unless she don't listen to him.
Maybe
she don't listen to him. But anyway, so DL comes back on his show, and he says everything you were saying just when you was jumping in. He says that she set the stage on fire, and she's the type of person that likes to set things on fire, like an arson, and just stand back and watch it burn. He talked about how she made fun of him having a service dog, insinuating
the reason why.
Insinuating that maybe he's a drunk, or maybe he don't want people around him. He said his father passed away, and that was his dog, so he feels like that's a part of his father being with him. So she didn't check that out.
Right.
He didn't like the fact that she brought up his wife on stage,
who
had nothing to do with the contract.
Yes.
And he didn't like the fact that, again, what he said on stage, that you felt that night, people trying to get away, they didn't watch people get shot, kids get killed, they didn't watch old people get shot in Buffalo. They wanted an outlet, and they didn't want to see some angry black woman on stage talking about a contract. Both of y'all get paid way too much more money than anybody sitting in that audience and me. So we really don't want to hear about your contract. When half of us don't have no money. And you complain about your contract. You complain about being a headliner. Some of us don't even have a head to even get on the stage. And you a headliner. Let me run up on the stage and try to tell some jokes. That security would have knocked me off the stage.
If he could.
I couldn't have been no liner. Headliner, closer. I couldn't even have gotten on the stage if the people was leaving the building and told jokes. They would have took me out. So neither one of y'all should be talking about that on stage, because nobody in the audience has anything to know what y'all talking about.
Now the sad thing about Monique, her history, like if you watch her old shows like The Parkers,
well, she was funny.
She was a lot of slapstick comedy, so she does that. She was very good with that. She's a funny woman. When she had her own TV show, like Arsenio, she had some of the biggest names on that show. So she was meeting, she knew people, she met a lot of people, she had a lot of connections, even to do the movie Precious.
And Monique, and let me tell you,
nominated as an actor.
And let me say something else about Monique that I like.
Monique said that's the autobiography, by the way.
I know, the Precious.
She's playing herself.
Monique is not the type of person, in my opinion, just from me watching, it's not about money with Monique. I've watched people on YouTube and also radio that she's called in and been on their shows, and they're when I tell you they nothing, nobody, it's like us saying, hey, Monique, can you come on this show? And she'll come on this show. She'll come on this show. She don't care about, you got a million followers.
She has a good heart.
Monique would come in. If you call Monique and you say, hey, Monique, we black women, we trying to get this going. Can you help us? She'll say, I like you, sister, my sister. I love you. I support you.
I believe she has a good heart, but she's hurting.
Oh, my God, Monique.
She is really hurting, and there's a lot of baggage there, and I feel bad for her, so we just have to continue to pray for her that she gets healed.
You got to stop that, Monique.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to take a couple of breaths before you go. You too old for that.
Right.
That's what you do when you in your 20s and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know you saying you're fighting for this, you're
who?
fighting for this. You got to understand, you can be the person doing all the fighting, but if people have tuned you out, it's not working.
Yeah, the fight's not. You're not doing it the right way.
You're not getting the response that you want.
And if you are a spiritual person,
pray about it.
You know what God's word says? He's going to take care of you.
Ain't nobody going to.
Even if somebody is, it looks like they're taking advantage of you and using you. And God, what does God say?
I feel like Ricky Smiley, because I love Ricky Smiley and how he does his stuff. I think I'm similar to him in the sense of way that I tell jokes about church and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I would have came out and been like, I'm putting him on the prayer list.
Yeah. Like grandma with mama.
I'm putting DL, and that would have been funnier. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I heard DL was backstage. He was throwing a hissy fit. Y'all bow your heads right now in the name of Jesus. We're gonna pray for DL.
Lord, get him.
Pray him, Lord.
No, I'm sorry, Lord.
Yes,
I didn't mean to say
Lord,
that.
Right. I would have been funny with it. You know what I'm saying? And still got the same point across that he should not be a headliner.
Exactly.
We're going to put him on the prayer list, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, look at your neighbor. Neighbor, tell your neighbor. Neighbor, say DL is wrong.
DL is wrong.
You know, something's funny. Funny, not angry. Not angry.
But if she's angry, that's
how
it's going to be delivered.
But again, she has a way of being angry and still funny. So people give her a pass on a lot of stuff. Because they was laughing. If they was sitting there not laughing, it would have been people sitting there like this. Scared.
Yeah.
But she was funny, so she got away with it.
Yeah.
And she gets away with stuff because she's good enough to get away with it. And I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like just because you're good enough to get away with something, you get away with it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I just the moment you told me about that, and that whole incident, I had to look and YouTube some things, and I had to hear the show, and I was sitting there going, and then I heard DL's one of his replies back. I really sat there, and it just for me, it's kind of like the Wendy Williams thing, and Nene Nash. When I'm seeing women, black women, and
fighting against each other,
and they're hurting women, so their words are hurting. Yeah, and it's truth. A lot of the stuff they're saying is true,
but nobody want to hear you.
But we just hear anger. Yeah. So the truth is kind of going over our heads. Like, really, should we take you serious? Because you're mean.
Sandra says, I agree totally.
But I felt bad for her because I love her humor. She's a funny person. She's very talented. You don't want to see a talented, gifted woman. Her gifts like that be.
I don't want Monique to get to the point where people don't want to work with her.
Yeah,
because D.L. Hughley said he replied and said, "I knew I shouldn't have worked with her."
Maybe that has to happen. Maybe she will be alone. Nobody will work with her. That's the only way to learn. That's the only way for her to go, wow. Am I really that bad?
You got to look at yourself.
Am I really that angry when nobody wants to work with her? No radio shows. Nobody's laughing anymore. Nobody's laughing. You said, the audience is going to be
And here's my thing. I would not have, even with her going out and ranting and being angry and mean or whatever, I may have given her a point if she had spoken to him before she went out on stage.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's different if I talk to you and you an a-hole.
Right, you reply
then back. It's like, I'm going on stage.
This is material.
If I go to your dressing room and I say, DL, you know what? My contract says I'm supposed to headline. And then he turned around and said, I don't give a no what your contract says. You need to get out of here, you big fat blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm roasting you. I'm going on stage. I'm calling everybody. I would say, he called me fat, y'all. told me to get my big fat black self out of his dressing room, I would roast him.
Yeah.
Then I could see you doing that. Then I could see you talking about he had a dog in there. What is he doing with a dog? I would have get all the stuff she said. I would have said, but I would have had some reason because I talked to him and he did that to me. She went by what somebody told her.
Yeah.
Sandra says, right, Lenore Woods. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's going to really, I think this might be one of the moments where she's going to probably go, whoa. It's not worth it.
Is she going to apologize to him? I didn't see that she apologized.
But then remember you said there was a comment made about there was some, she had already had some issue with him before.
I think she don't like D.L. Hughley. I think that's the problem. Because you don't really like D.L. Hughley, do you?
I'm not a D.L. Hughley fan. I listened to him when he was with Kings of Comedy. I was hoping that I was like, okay,
and I like D.L. He's smart.
Let me see.
I like D.L.
Let me see Bernie.
D.L. is smart.
Get off now.
Yeah, and I like D.L. because I think he's a smart comedian.
He's a smart guy.
I even like the way he responded. You guys go to Ricky Smiley's page. Ricky Smiley has all of it. YouTube. Comedy Hype has a lot of it. All of it. So you can see all of it. We not there yet. I can't show clips or nothing. It's just us talking. But hopefully we'll get there where we can show clips and things like that of stuff that we talk about. But that was pretty much the D.L. Hughley. And as a comedian, I had to address it because I like both of them, and when you like two comedians and you see them go at each other, you don't like. That's not good.
Why do you think that nobody is saying?
I knew you was gonna move this.
I'm sorry. Nobody in her circle, because you even heard the comment that what's her name in them made. Oh no, that was something different. The ladies that are in her circle from Queens of Comedy, or anybody that's
why they haven't said nothing.
Nobody said anything, or even said something to her.
Maybe they did in private.
Having an intervention or something.
Maybe they said something in private.
Come on, Monique, let's talk. Girl.
Maybe they said something in private.
Slow your rants down.
Maybe they said something in private.
You need to just take a vacation. Don't do no comedy.
And then she talked about on her thing about how wonderful 50 Cent is. Monique.
She said wonderful 50 Cent is. Why?
50 Cent is the one that kind of put her back on the map because he was saying he liked Monique.
Oh, that one movie that she was in?
He put her in BMF and all that. But here's the thing with 50 Cent, Monique.
50 Cent has some issues too.
Monique.
He's done some.
Can I tell you something?
Some dogs.
As if she listening. Who knows? 50 Cent is your friend now. If you think you got a problem,
you know what?
With D.L. Hughley.
Vivica Fox ain't happy about that.
If you think you got a problem with D.L. Hughley,
50
please don't make him mad.
Yes. Because he will do a male version of what you doing to D.L. He will put you in a song.
50 Cent will be your friend today.
Who did he dog out
50 Cent will be your friend today.
Oh my gosh.
And baby, well, maybe if you do something he don't like, or wear a dress or something he don't like he gonna roast
what's
you.
That comment about the spirits attract one another.
50 care about
attract one another. That's why they come.
I like his girlfriend. She the only one that has been able to be with him as long as he has.
Okay.
And she seems like she's
light attracts light.
His girlfriend is nice. And she seems like the only person that could deal with him. He says things and then she'll say, "Don't worry, girls, I'll get them." Okay. Because if she putting her eggs in 50 Cent's basket.
Well, she's just happy that somebody gave her an opportunity. Because she didn't burnt every other bridge. Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels.
The only reason why Lee Daniels
Oprah.
Lee Daniels, after what happened with the show with what's his name? Smollett.
Well, yeah.
Lee Daniels, he burnt me.
Let's just say, for sake of argument, like you said earlier, all the things that she has been ranting and raving about is true.
Just the way you say it.
It's her delivery.
It's your delivery. That's all.
And I don't think she won't be able to deliver nicely until her heart heals.
And the thing about Monique the reason why I hold her at a higher standard is because she's too smart for that.
Yes.
If she was some ignorant, stupid woman I would expect her to get on stage and do that. She's too smart for that.
A hurting person, it doesn't matter how intelligent they are, how wise they are, how smart they are, how rich they are. Hurt. Yeah. That's hurt.
Hurt people hurt people.
Yeah, she's hurt.
All right, so it's a sad day for me. The same as what Ricky Smiley said. A sad day in comedy.
His friend too.
Both of them are friends.
Both of him are his friends.
And I like D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley he will go on somebody's show. He will call in radio things for people that don't. That's not famous.
I told you I didn't. It was something about his. Okay, I told you you told me to go listen to his reply. Mm-hmm. I listened to him, but it wasn't. I don't like him because to me he's not like Ricky.
Yeah.
There's something about Ricky Smiley.
Ricky has a good pure. He has a
the
pure
way
heart.
He communicates.
If she would have did that to Ricky,
I didn't think DL communicated, even though he was true.
You can tell he was angry.
Yeah,
you can tell, which is fine. He has every right to
so
be.
I told you that's why I don't really like him.
Right. But he didn't exactly. She is too smart. Yeah, Sandra.
Yeah.
Ricky Smiley. Let's say if this would have been Ricky Smiley. First of all, I'm thinking Ricky Smiley. If she was still there, if he came out on stage, he would have brought her out. He was, oh no, we're not going home like this. Where Monique at? Bring Monique out on stage.
Yeah.
He would try to. And he said, Monique, you should have talked to me before you came out and did this. Mm-hmm. I could see Ricky Smiley doing that. Mm-hmm. Or if he would have went on his show the next day like D.L. Hughley did, I could see him being more hurt. Like, but then he has a relationship with her. DL don't.
But see, that's the thing too. That's why I don't.
He don't know her like that.
No, because in Steve Harvey's case, Steve Harvey, didn't he have a conversation with her?
But she didn't call him a coon and all that till she left the show.
Right.
See, she didn't have that conflict with him right there. She didn't do it with Whoopi either. Remember, she waited till she got off the show, and then she talked about Whoopi.
Yes.
She didn't do that with Whoopi. She respected Whoopi.
Yes. Yeah.
She respected her. Actually, that's the thing I liked about Monique. She was on The View. Whoopi said stuff she didn't like, but she didn't do that to Whoopi because she respected who Whoopi was.
Right.
And she didn't want to be on TV as two black women arguing.
Yes.
Had that same respect for a black man.
Thank you.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
What you did to him when you went out there was you castrated him.
Yes.
You belittled, you dog, and they get enough of that from the rest of the world. They don't need a black woman doing it.
She did the same thing to him as what she felt he did to her as a black woman.
Sandra said, I was just about to say that about Ricky. Yes, Sandra. Ricky has it's like he has a good heart. Mm-hmm. So that's
he would be hurt if she did that.
So what do we want to happen here? Okay. Let's close this out.
Okay.
I would like to see both of them. I like to see her either come on his show or they do some kind of Instagram live or something. I don't care. They both want to be the headliner. My goodness.
You think
I think that it don't have to be an apology. I think they need to talk. I think they both need to have a conversation.
That dang on producer.
And I think that the promoter I think the promoter is the issue.
Yeah.
I think they both need to say going forward, if I have an issue with you, I will pick up the phone and I will call you. I will not make this a social media circus. I will do this in private. Mm-hmm. Now, if you an a-hole, then I'm blasting you. That's it. But give me the opportunity to talk to you one-on-one before you blast me. That's how I feel. Give me the opportunity to talk to you.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's my thing. What do you think should happen?
I don't know, because that in a nice world we would want that to happen, but I think she probably won't. She's still too hurt.
Yeah.
I think she's still too damaged.
And don't let your husband be there. It's just you and DL, not your husband.
You would think her husband would have made some things, did some things, said some things, whatever, because she's been going downhill ever since the Academy Award thing. She, to me, when she was blackballed, it's almost like that anger just kind of started and it just got a snowball effect. Now it's so big.
Yeah.
People don't even know how to take her. I'm surprised she even had an audience.
What did Sandra say, her last comment?
Ricky be a mediator between the talk with Monique and DL.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, that's a good one, Sandra.
That's true.
Maybe go on Ricky Smiley's show. Mm-hmm. So nobody can say, I'm the headline. It's my show. It's my show. It's my show. Go on Ricky Smiley's show.
Should they do this in private?
No, I like it. Well,
I don't know.
No, you brought it out public. You do it public. Private is not. No, how we gonna get her into this?
Well, he would have to talk.
You owe us
to see how
where
they are with it.
Ricky, I like Sandra saying let Ricky be the mediator. Ricky called Monique. Ricky called DL. Have a conversation with both of them. How you want this to go? Bring them on your show and mediate them talking between each other.
Well, they still need to get more information with the promoter.
Regardless of the promoter, they both thought they was. They both thought they was the headliner. You see what I'm saying?
Right. In spite of that,
just talk about that. The legal stuff with the promoter, y'all can do that back. We don't care about that.
Okay.
We want to see two big time comedians
still be the
come
issue?
Together on television. Or
wouldn't that still be the issue though? Because if they don't get anything straightened out with the promoter they will still be back and forth.
No, they won't. They won't. It'll be how we handled it. That's what I want them to talk about. How did we respond to this? So
you're saying as far as them coming together is pretty much the how they responded to that whole
not so much of who's really the headliner, because that could be an argument, like you said, legally. He could still walk away saying, Monique, I still think I was the headliner. And she could still walk away, well, I think I was the headliner.
No, that's what I'm saying, as far as not the thinking that it's actually, you see on paper what the promoters did
look
wrong.
At that box on top of that box. Look at that box. You know what box that is?
That's the ice cream thing.
That's the ice cream machine.
So you owe me an apology.
I was looking, y'all look at our last
You
video.
did a Monique thing.
No, I didn't. I wasn't mean like
Not
that.
Not mean, but you kind of accused me of...
No, you said a Monique thing. Don't do that.
I'm saying a Monique thing, meaning that you didn't get the information.
That's not a Monique thing. A Monique thing is if I would have ranted and...
I didn't mean that far. I'm not saying to the 25th.
Use Monique when we saying ranting and stuff. You did a Monique thing. When you cussed me out, yelled at me, you did it.
I felt that you had an attitude.
Y'all, if y'all look
at... a lower level.
If y'all look at our previous video, we did ice cream review. Ice cream extravaganza. And I wanted my ice cream maker because I wanted to show it on the thing and talk about it. I said, Lenora, I had an ice cream maker. I didn't put it there, though, so I don't know who put it there. But anyway, I said, Lenora, I had an ice cream maker, and it was on top of the cabinet in the kitchen. Where is it? Oh, that's probably in the garage. Oh, no. I said, I didn't put it in there. Well, we probably put that in there when we was putting things. I said, no, it was there before I moved the cabinet. So I know it was there because I saw it. It was before I moved the cabinet, before we put everything in the garage. Well, I don't know where it is. It's probably in Mom's closet. Let me go look at Mom. She went in there. She didn't see it. Oh, I don't know where it is. I said, well, maybe it just got up and walked away. And lo and behold, what did he say? Cut off my legs and call me shorty. Mm-hmm. I look over to the side, and there is the ice cream maker.
Where it's always been.
No. It was on top of the cabinet.
Well, I told you it was nothing up there.
What'd you do?
And put everything there.
There you go.
Unless it went to the back.
No, but when I saw it was on top of the cabinet.
And see how she's getting on.
She was getting ready to say, I took it down and put it over there.
No, listen,
I didn't know that.
But listen to how this conversation is. Regardless of what I did or didn't do, she still is in fault. Because it's right there.
Yeah, but
regardless of... Did I take it down? Did I move it? Did I take it to the back?
All right, so y'all comment down below.
Your comments, your response. Yeah, you're right, Lenora. I should have looked at it right over there.
No. Comment down below. If you have something in a certain spot and somebody moves it, is it your fault that you didn't see where it was moved to, or the person who moved it? Not telling you they moved it.
You guys, if I had to show the camera... It's right there.
But I didn't even think about looking over there.
It's right there.
Didn't even think about it.
Look.
And it's turned upside down, so I don't know that's the ice thing.
No. It's right there. It's not like hidden anywhere.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's make sure. If this not the ice maker, you're going to feel real bad.
Let's see. We'll go back to
this. It's not even the ice maker.
Oh, it's not?
Nope. It's not the ice maker.
So back to the first one. I don't know where it is. It's
now get ready to a Monique moment.
Okay.
You moved the ice cream maker.
I didn't move it. I told you we put stuff in the story.
I thought this was because it's
just
about
it.
Look, it's the size of this box.
Think about it, you guys.
But hold on, it's the size.
What you gonna do with an ice maker in the middle of November, December?
Ice cream maker.
Ice cream
Here's
maker.
the thing.
When you put that in storage,
I was just looking just now, and I saw it like this. I thought that it's the box is the same
I was
size.
getting excited. I was like, "Is that the ice cream maker?"
The box is the same size.
Is it?
So I thought, well, cut off my legs and call me Shorty. Here's the ice cream maker.
Where they get that comment from?
But doggone it, if I picked up the box
in storage.
This is not the ice maker.
It's called storage. It's
So now we go back to my original thing I was saying.
I didn't move it. I
All
told you where we put stuff in storage. Don't you hate that? When you put things in storage,
I didn't put it in storage. I put it on top of the cabinet.
No. When you're moving things out to clear the kitchen, clear the house, put it in storage.
All right.
That's the last comment. It's in storage, Kim. Where's my ice cream maker? It's in storage, Kim.
It was on top of the cabinet.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
All
right, whatever. We're having a Monique moment now. Whatever. What did Yvonne say? What did she say? I can't read that. What did it say?
Crack me up.
Oh. Look at our previous video. We was talking about ice cream. And it was going to be so wonderful. I was going to pull out my ice cream maker and be like, let's make some homemade ice cream. And it's gone.
But with the mud bang, all you would have done is just pulled it out and say, hey, everyone, I got one. And
Yeah.
you wasn't going to use it.
No, but I wanted to see. I never opened it. I was going to open it and stuff. But anyway. All right, so hopefully she'll get it out of the storage.
Okay.
We'll see. Dang, I was so happy. I was willing to say I was wrong just to say my ice cream maker was right there.
I remember putting all of that in storage.
All right, whatever.
Some blender
guys.
and other stuff. Other large things.
Before we started off, you said when I'm angry. So when I was angry, was I funny?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Monique. Monique was funny. Because you're using
that was not funny.
That was material. You're using it. You don't realize that that's a natural thing to be funny. Like some people throw shade right away. They like, I know she ain't walking in with them big old ears on with that earring.
But they not angry, right?
Or if somebody's, I know she ain't coming at me with that wig looking like that. Girl, you need to get out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
All right. Okay, guys.
Maybe I need to probably observe you more.
I'm not funny when I'm angry.
But see, when you're angry, you're talking about that particular moment, so you won't be angry.
If I'm angry, I'm not funny. When I just did this, holding the box up and stuff, I wasn't angry.
No, that was right. You wasn't angry.
I was big. I was trying to just be
funny.
Not funny, but just overacting. Yeah. But if I'm angry, I'm not funny. That's how I feel. Okay, y'all. But anyway, Monique, DL, get together. Ricky Smiley, mediate. That's for me. That will satisfy me as a fellow comedian watching you guys, two people that I think are wonderful. What the heck is? Who is that? Who are you? There's somebody knocking on our window, y'all. Oh, I think she said let her in. The thing, the buzzer.
Buzz you in? Buzz.
Oh, just buzzer. Y'all, I don't want nobody knocking on my window.
She a police officer.
Oh, is that her?
No, she's in a police car.
That means something going on. That was a police officer, y'all. Look, open the door and see if she came in. You hear him? Keep buzzing. Did they come in?
I don't know.
Yeah. How come it's never a dull moment when we go live? We almost got in a car accident the other day. Okay, so what just happened was a police officer was knocking on our window saying, can you buzz us in? You don't hear nothing?
Knocking on our kitchen window.
She was knocking on our window.
Buzz when we were talking.
She was buzzing. Why she want to come to our? Oh, she was just buzzing probably anything. Yeah.
And we just happened to have our window open. We don't normally.
You don't want to go see? Open. Oh, maybe because we the only one with our window open. The police was knocking on our window asking us to buzz them in. Are they in?
Our neighbor is a police officer.
Are they in? You see her still out there?
No.
Okay, so we buzzed the police officers in, y'all. We don't know what's going on. I hope ain't nothing going on in the building.
Our neighbor is a police officer.
So you mean to tell me when the police come to an apartment, they got to get buzzed in? So if I'm being murdered, I got to wait for somebody to buzz the police officer in?
That's how else you going to get in. Only the sheriff.
They don't have no key to like every...
The sheriff has a key. I saw the sheriff coming and he let himself in. Right? I think they have a key.
So the police don't have a key?
I don't think so. Can you imagine police
I'm
officers having keys to buildings? Corrupt police officers?
The sheriff can be corrupt.
That's true, but they usually have a warrant or something. They serving you with something.
So if somebody's telling me...
Because you're not going to buzz no sheriff in.
So if I'm
getting... Hey, y'all in the building,
hold
don't buzz this man.
So if I'm getting murdered right now in this apartment, and I manage to get to 911, somebody got to buzz them in. I can't buzz you in. I'm being murdered.
I don't know.
I didn't know that. Anybody know that? Comment down below. How do the police get into an apartment building if don't nobody buzz them in?
They probably have to buzz all of them until somebody answers.
What if they're coming at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I don't know. Kick the door down. They will kick the door in.
Yeah, how would you get into my house? They ain't letting you in. You got to get the door, right?
They kick doors in.
So kick the apartment door in then. You trying to get in?
That's a lot of glass. She saw us. That's why.
Oh.
We had our window open. She saw us sitting here. She didn't know we was live. We're doing YouTube, lady. I mean, Facebook.
We should have said, excuse me, officer. We're doing live
One
right
moment.
here. I'm glad you saw it was a police officer.
I didn't know what it was.
No, when you went to the window, sorry.
Oh.
So, and we yell and we arguing too. We was arguing about the ice cream maker.
I thought she was coming to arrest us. Like we were being too loud.
Because I was holding the thing up like this and yelling, and then the police sitting right there at the window like,
buzz us in. Let us in.
Maybe she thinking we was the people that was having the issue. Whatever. We crazy. Okay. All right, y'all. That's enough. I don't even know how long this video is. We probably been 2 hours by now. Okay. So, all right, y'all. So that was another Woods Report. See y'all again.